Hey guys, I'm going to run through some standing postures to help with the alignment and also the stability of the knee. I have just done quite a few sort of stretches and things, laying down stretches, so I've just posted a video um, with those on, and now I'm going to do some more probably like strengthening exercises for the knee. I've got a slight issue with my left knee on the medial side of my knee. So the exercises that I'm doing are kind of around helping to deal with this issue. So if you are suffering from a different issue, you might find some of these exercises don't help. But then they might help. So basically, yeah, if you've got a really like a sort of constant pain or something, might be worth going to see somebody about it. But if you are giving these exercises a go, I'd probably just say listen to your body. If you do get any pain, either modify it or stop doing it. And also see how you feel for the few days after you've done these exercises, because you might not always feel it the same day, might be the next day or possibly the following day if there are any issues with any of the postures that I do now. But otherwise, hopefully, they're going to help with your leg alignment and stability and sort of stretching as well of the legs. So, right, so the first posture I'm going to do is mountain pose. So mountain pose is a basic standing posture in yoga. So it's really good to do on a regular basis, and also to come back to when you've done other postures, to come back to and just tune into your alignment. So we work from the feet up. So quite often with knee issues, the alignment of the feet and also things like shoes and the support of your arch and things are really important and can affect the knees. So mountain pose is really good just for kind of helping you tune into what you're doing with your feet. So feet, we're going to have feet about hip width, and we're going to check that the feet are in line. We're going to have the big toes pointing straight forwards, as long as that feels comfy. So everyone's feet are different, but generally, as a general rule, your feet are facing forwards, and it's kind of like you line up your big toes so they're going fairly straight forwards. If you want, you could just pick your toes up and then bring your toes back down. As you bring them down, kind of like spread them out. So we're trying to work through all the toes, lengthen through the toes. And you could do the same, coming onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels, bringing the heels back down. And we're going to like try and find comfy balance point and nice sort of strength and stability in the feet. So we want to be using the balls of the feet and the heels, and also we want to be lifting the arches of the feet and like pushing gently onto the outside edges of the feet. So you can imagine maybe that you've got sort of a couple of points, or bring your awareness to a couple of points on your balls of your feet. So one below your big toe and one in between your little toe and the next toe along, so kind of like there and there, and also one in the middle of your heel. And just be aware of those 3 points sinking down into the ground. They're like firmly connected, so your weight's sinking down through those 3 points. Again, we're spreading out along the toes. And to lift the arches of the feet, we can gently push down onto the outside edges of the feet so that the arches are lifted. So I think this is like a massive issue really with shoes. So you don't always realise it. Quite often when you're doing yoga and you're doing yoga postures, you're getting told to bring your awareness to your feet, and you're checking your alignment and you're checking that you're lifting up through your arches and things. But on a daily basis when you're in shoes, if they're not supporting the arch, you're not always aware of it until you get something like knee pain or foot pain or hip pain, even lower back pain. So yeah, it's good to bring your awareness to it on the mat, and then you can kind of take it into your shoes and think, oh, those shoes aren't doing me any good, and get yourself some good ones. So so feet hip width, we're pushing onto the outside edges lightly just to help us lift up through the arches. We've got weight going down through the balls of the feet and through the heels. So with the knees, I'm going to make sure that we're not locking the knees. So I've always been a big locker-kneer. So it's probably a bit of my knee problem. So it's slightly softening the knees and working the thighs, the muscles around the knees, to keep the knees slightly soft. So they're not bent, but they're definitely not locked back. So they're just slight little softness in the knee. So yeah, the thigh muscles are active, and also the core. So the core is really good if you've got a strong core. That really helps in the alignment of the hips, and also just in supporting the whole of your body as well. So yeah, we're going to just like draw the tailbone down slightly, but not so that we're flattening the back. So the tailbone comes down slightly. We work the lower abdominals and just sort of like drawing the core a little bit. So got like a band around here that feels quite stable and steady, and that's supporting us and hopefully helping the alignment of our hips. So I'm going to lengthen up along the spine. We're just going to squeeze the shoulders up to the ears, roll them back down. So shoulders are nice and relaxed, the chest opens, the arms are down by our sides. We lengthen up along the spine, along the back of the neck, draw the crown of the head upwards. Just connecting to some nice relaxed breathing. And you can close your eyes if you want, or just get yourself a gentle gaze point down at the ground. And I just want you to have like a scan of your body. And if you want, you could bring a little bit of swaying into your body as well. So you might, like, just trying to find your balance point, you might feel that you want to kind of like, if you just sway a bit so that you feel, right, I've got loads of weight going down through this leg now, I want to even it out. I think I tend to put a lot of weight through this leg, so this is the issue, this knee. I tend to have this leg quite straight, a lot of weight going down, and kind of, yeah. So I want to even it out so that my body weight is evenly placed down through both legs, through both feet. So as well, you can like maybe gently sway forwards and backwards, and your body weight wants to feel nice and balanced through the feet, so that you're not leaning forwards too much, you're not leaning backwards too much. So yeah, just feel that sort of legs, feet feel strong, and just being aware of your alignment. So this alignment, you want to, if you practice this posture, if you could do it like on a regular basis, then when you're just going about your daily life, you can kind of keep bringing yourself back into it. And also when you're doing your yoga practice, you can keep, even if you're in a different posture, keep referring back to this sort of alignment. So we're going to do one called tree now. So tree is going to open out the hips. So this can sometimes be strong on the knee, so just listen to the body. So we start from the mountain pose. We feel steady and balanced and strong. If you need to hold on to something, get yourself next to a wall, because we're going to bring our weight down through one leg. So I'm going to start on my good side first. So I'm going to go down through this leg. So I'm starting to shift my weight so it's coming down through this leg, and I'm going to get myself a gaze point, so something I can just stay focused on to help keep me balanced. So I've got more body weight coming down through this leg. So if you feel a little unsteady, you can just keep the ball of this foot down, and we're going to turn the knee out, so we're bringing the heel onto the sort of ankle of the other foot, and we bring the hands together. So so this is sort of like rotating the leg outwards, so it's quite a nice hip stretch and a hip opener, and we're also working muscles around here to help to laterally rotate the leg as well. So I think this is my issue, that I've possibly got a little bit of weakness around here and too much tension down this side, and my legs kind of wanting to go the other way. So so yeah, we're just doing that, we're just listening to the body. So you might feel that you can go further if you want to have a go at bringing the foot up. You could bring it up onto the lower leg, bring the hands into prayer. Stay focused on your gaze point. So maintain the alignment that we just talked about in mountain pose, but obviously we're going down through one leg now. So these, well, all the standing postures and the balancing postures such as these are really good for stabilising the legs and strengthening the legs. So if you want to go further than that, if that doesn't feel like you're getting much of a workout, you can have a go at bringing the leg higher. So it's not coming onto the knee, because that's not good for the knee joints. It's going to come higher up. I'm going to see how I go with this with my knee at the minute. So I'm going to bring my foot up here onto my thigh and just holding it there. So now this is great. I'm sort of like working the glutes, working the core, and I'm trying to push in through this foot. So this, I'm making sure this hip isn't going that way, keeping the alignment with my core. This knee's trying to turn out as much as it can to open out the hip, and I'm trying to push sort of through that leg, keeping this leg active, locking it onto the thigh. So it's not easy. Lost my balance. Just come back into that. So yeah, try and maintain the alignment, just holding it there. Sometimes in this one you can bring the arms up as well, so hands in line with shoulders, palms facing each other, or hands into prayer. So I can feel this really strong on my supporting ankle as well, so it's really good for building strength in the foot and the ankle, the leg that you're standing on. So that feels all right on this knee actually. Again, just keep tuning into it, make sure you feel okay. When you feel ready, we're just bringing that leg down. Give your legs a little shake. So we're going to do it on the other side. So maintain the alignment down this leg from mountain pose. Get yourself a gaze point, and then whatever feels comfy for you. So we're turning out the knee, either just ankle or foot below the knee, or if you want to wobbling, if you want to bring foot above the knee, that's cool. So just listen to your body and try and maintain the alignment. So the leg that you're standing on, that you're not rolling the arch of the foot inwards. So keep lifting up through the arch of the foot. Keep sort of pushing down through the ball of the foot and the heel. I need to stop talking now. I need to concentrate. So so yeah, also like draw up the core. Yoga, we've got something called the Mula Bandha, which is it's kind of like working the pelvic floor, so it's drawing up the pelvic floor as well, and that helps to keep you supported. So if you want to take the hands up, you can, hands in line with shoulders, or hands come into prayer. Keep that knee rolling out to the side as much as feels comfy on the hip, also the knee. And when you're ready, just slowly coming out of those. So I think, yeah, my problem is that I've been neglecting a lot of the standing postures. So I do yoga, but I tend to favour the more relaxing, or I'll quite often do like the shoulder stand and the inversions, and I do qigong, but the standing postures in yoga just really good for strengthening the legs. And if you have got a slight alignment issue, such as for me, it's like carrying kids on my hip all the time, which is really bad. I try and swap hips, but even so, it still puts pressure on you. Or dodgy trainers, bad technique in sport. Yeah, any of those issues, just really good. The standing posture is really good for like strengthening and creating good alignment and stability in the legs. So we're going to do one called the dancer. So again, this is a balancing posture. So start off in the mountain pose. Get yourself a gaze point. I'm going to start to take your weight down into this leg. So this is a quad stretch. So we're bringing up the foot behind us. So if you have got knee issues, you might have tight quads. So it might help to use a belt or a band on that leg. So again, we're thinking about alignment. So we want to keep knees in line with hips. We want to make sure that we're not rolling on to the instep of this foot that we stood on. Maintain the alignment in that foot. Work the core, that will help with your alignment. Lengthen up through your spine. Lengthen out through your toes. So yeah, if your knee's quite tight, you might just feel you can go to there and you're getting a stretch. I'll show you from the other side. The main thing is that you're trying to keep the alignment of the ankle and the knee and the hip, so that you're not like doing that or doing that as you do it. So try and keep everything sort of in line with each other. So you can take this arm up straight as well. And then it's up to you. You might be fine just doing the quad stretch, and you might find that's a really good stretch for your knee. But if you want to go a little bit further, from here with the arm up, you might want to start to bring the body forwards and take the knee back. So yeah, just kind of like listen to your body, and obviously listen to your knee. If you're taking the arm forward, you can either have a flat hand, or you can do the Jnana Mudra, where you bring your index finger to your thumb and hands facing up. Also holding the foot, you might want to hold the inside of the foot. That just helps you to grip onto it a little bit better as you're doing this one. So I can feel that around the knee as I'm coming into this one. So I couldn't feel it so much at all in that actually, but I can start to feel it as I go back. So I'm just not pushing it far at all. I'm just sort of going to hold it there, and that's fine for me. But if you just want to keep it in the quad stretch, that's fine. Again, with the balancing postures, hold on to a wall if you need to. It's going to do, in fact, I'm going to just bring this knee up now. So just kind of like stretching the other way. Stand up tall. And just have a little shake out, bring that leg down. So weight coming down into this leg, When you feel ready, you're bringing up this foot. So check your alignment on the standing leg, working your core. You can draw up the mula bandha, so the pelvic floor. If you need to use your band or your belt, that's cool. And keep the alignment of the knee, the hip, the ankle. Get yourself a gaze point. This arm can go straight up with palm facing that way. If you want to go further, obviously listen to your body. You might want to start to come forwards. Just go to where you feel comfy, holding on to the outside or for a bit more grip, coming onto the inside. So especially as you take that leg back, the alignment starts to go. So really, if you can do it in front of a mirror, you can check the alignment as you're taking that leg back, so it's going straight back. So we don't want it up to the side and misalignment. So yes, straight back. Coming forward, you can do the Jnana Mudra. Get a bit of a back bend. So I can feel, I think like both my legs are quite tight around the front. So that's a good one. I think I need to do a bit more often. So when you're coming out, you're just nice and slowly coming out, and we'll just stretch the other way. So bring that knee up. And then just have a little shake out. So we're going to come into the warrior postures. In fact, first, before the warrior posture, we're just going to do a basic calf stretch for down the back of the legs. So the feet are coming wide. We're going to turn one of the feet out, so it's going again straight out. Check your alignment. The other foot's going to come round, and it wants to be in line with this hip. So the front foot's in line with the hip, the knee, and the back foot's in line with the hip as well. So the feet aren't coming, like that foot's not coming behind, or it's not going too wide. So hip width. Hips are coming round so that you're facing towards the front foot. And we're going to inhale and exhale, start to bend that front knee. So we're just looking for a nice even stretch down the back of this lower leg. If you feel the feet need to come a bit closer together, that's fine. Just watch this front knee. So check that it's not, if it starts to go too far forwards, could be dodgy for the knee again. So it needs to be in line with the ankle and the heel. So hips straight forwards. So I wanted to do this one because both feet are like pointing in the same direction. So they're both pointing straight forwards. So again, check your feet. Check your big toes. Ideally, they're pretty much pointing straight forwards. Spread out your toes. Keep lifting up through the arches of your feet. Push through the balls and also the heels. And then obviously that back heel is keeping that down. Should be giving you a really nice stretch in this lower leg. So just breathe into that. Bring your awareness to where it's feeling tight on the leg and kind of like keep your awareness there. Just send a few deep breaths into that area. Oh, it feels so nice. So as well as having tight hamstrings, quads, adductors, I've also got tight calves as well. Not a very good advert for yoga. My issue is I don't do enough of these standing postures. I tend to do the more relaxing ones and meditation and relaxation, which are all yoga as well and all great. It's good to get the balance. So we're going to go the other way. So I'm going to, in fact, I'll do it that way around. So we'll turn the feet forwards. This time we're bringing this foot out. So, and then we're going to turn the back foot in. Again, check your alignment. So feet are hip width apart. Big toes pointing straight forwards. And you're going to inhale, then exhale, you're going to bend that front knee. So after you've bent the knee, if you need to like jiggle yourself around a bit, that's fine. Just check your alignment basically. So hips are square, pointing straight forwards. That front knee directly above the heel. Keep lifting up through the arches of your feet. So yeah. This is my dodgy knee, and I can feel this leg feels a little out of line. I can feel tension and I can feel weakness as well in it. So yeah, good to do a variety of exercises for the legs. It's feeling good. So again, bring your awareness to where it's feeling tight. Check that you're not rolling onto the insteps and that your knees aren't rolling in. Also the straight leg, the back knee, that you're not locking the knee back. So you kind of like, yeah, drawing up through the thigh. Stop you locking the knee back. Push down, sink down through the heel. Just breathe into it. Oh, that feels really nice. So good to hold for a while. Just listen to your body. Try and breathe away the tension. So we're going to do some of the warrior postures, which also stretch the calves as well. So when you're ready, you can just like inhale, straighten that front leg. It's going to turn the feet forward. So we're going to go into warrior one first. So keep the feet a similar distance and check that the feet are in line with each other as they're pointing out to the side. So we're going to do a similar thing. So we're going to turn this way. So you're turning your foot out. Again, exactly the same. You're going to check that the foot's facing straight forwards. As the foot turns out, the knee wants to follow the foot. So everything's in line. And we're going to turn this back foot in. So it's not doing the same thing this time. We're going to either keep the heels in line with each other and we turn the toes about 45 degrees, or if you want to make it more difficult, you could bring the front heel in line with the middle of the back foot, so like the arch of the back foot. So we're going to turn the hips to face that front foot. I'm going to do heels in line just because of my knee issue, so I'll just make it slightly easier for myself. So just checking the alignment of everything. I'm getting a gaze point straight ahead. I'm going to inhale, then exhale. I'm going to bend this front knee. And then we're going to inhale, going to bring the arms up above the head. So I'm going to keep my shoulders down, and I'm keeping my hands in line with my shoulders. So not bringing my hands together yet. And I'm just going to check all of my alignment now whilst I'm doing this. So I'm checking that my front knee is in line with my front heel, and also directly in line with the hip. Toes are pointing forwards. I'm lifting up through the arch of that front foot. And then I'm also sending my awareness down through the back of this back leg, down into the heel. Checking that I'm not locking this back knee. So I've got a gaze point straight ahead. I'm just lengthening through the back of my neck, shoulders down. I think we're just going to keep the hands in line with the shoulders unless you feel comfy doing something else. And just really sink our awareness down into the feet and the legs. So It's all about the feet and the legs. We're strengthening the legs and also stretching the tight muscles in the legs. So you might feel like a calf stretch, but it might be slightly different to the one that we just did with both feet facing straight forward. So it's slightly different having that back foot at an angle. Also, what we're doing when we're doing these standing postures, a lot of yoga is isometric exercises, which are very or relatively safe exercises when you do have injuries or niggles, and also they are great for strengthening the muscles and stability of the body and endurance. So when you're ready, I'm going to like push through the feet as we straighten that front leg, turn the hips forward, turn the feet forwards, and the arms down. So we're going to do it the other way. So you're turning the other foot out, check your alignment, make sure it's pointing straight out. Turn this back foot in, so either heels in line, back foot in about 45 degrees, or you can bring the front heel in line with the arch on the back foot. So the hips are turning towards that front foot. So I always, kind of work from the feet up, alignment, looking, checking the toes, everything, checking the knees especially, hips, get a gaze point straight ahead, inhale, exhale, bend that front knee. So if you feel like, if your feet are like here and your knees going really past and it's quite easy, you can take your feet out wider. But if your feet are quite wide and you're like struggling to bend that knee properly, then obviously feet in closer. So again, it's kind of just play about with it, listen to what feels right. So we're strengthening the quads. Inhaling, we can take the arms up, keep your hands in line with your shoulders. You've got a gaze point straight ahead. Get some nice deep breathing. So the shoulders stay down, but the fingertips are reaching up. We're pushing down through that back heel. We're keeping the arch on that back foot lifted, so we're kind of pushing a little bit through the outside edge of the back foot. We push down through the balls of the feet, we lengthen through the toes, push down through the heels. Make sure you're not locking that back knee. So when we're doing isometric exercises, it's good to hold for a while. So I'm not sure exactly what they class as isometric. I think like 10 seconds could be, but generally I would say to hold longer than that. So 45 seconds a minute. But again, play around with it. If you want to hold it a little bit longer, if that feels okay, that's cool. Or 30 seconds, if it feels too strong, that's cool. So when you feel ready to come out, we're going to push through the feet and then just inhaling, straighten that front leg. So turn the feet forwards. Just check every movement that you're doing, that you're trying to keep everything in line. Right, this is one of my favourite postures. It's called Warrior 2. So sometimes for Warrior 2, the feet can go a little bit wider than for the Warrior 1, because the hips are going to stay to the side, like this, and open. So we're going to turn out the foot. And again, the same thing, so the knees following the foot, and check the alignment. So lift up through the arch of the foot, pushing down through the ball, through the heels, spread out the toes, and we're getting a nice hip rotation here, opening out this hip. This back foot we're going to turn in, so similar thing again, we just turn it in a little bit, but either the front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot, or the heels are in line with each other. And I'm going to bring the heel in line with the arch this time. But we're not turning the hips to that front foot this time, so the hips are staying open to the side. So we're going to bring the arms out at shoulder height. So we're opening across the chest, we're activating the muscles in the upper back, lengthen through the arms into the fingers. Going to turn to look past that front hand. So we're going to inhale, then exhale, we're going to bend that front knee. So this is, again, as you go into it, check your alignment. If you need to adjust, like I just wanted to go a little bit wider then, felt like I needed to, or if you need to come a bit closer together. Again, just check that your knee is above your heel, and this is a really good hip opener, so I can feel it massively on my inner thigh here. So it's really good, yeah, for opening the thigh and just strengthening the glutes and things as well. So really important that you check that this is not rolling inwards. So very common for that front knee to roll it in. So keep it open, feel the opening, feel the stretch, keep it in line with the heel. Spread out through your toes, arms out, shoulder height, lengthen through your spine. Gazing past the fingertips on your front hand. And maybe just keep checking your knee as you're holding it. So if you have got a bit of a weakness or misalignment, then the knee will keep trying to roll inwards. So just keep checking that it's still in line with the heel. Just holding it there, feel it strengthening that front leg. Breathe your shoulders down. So holding tension in your shoulders will just make it more difficult to hold the posture. So breathe the shoulders down. Keep that back arch lifted so it's not sinking down and you're not locking back this front knee. So this one again feels like a really, really good one for the issue that I'm having with the knee. So I think I need to be probably doing this on a daily basis. But obviously depending what, you know, if you have got an issue or whatever, just see how you feel after this. Just doing these. When we're ready, we're going to push through the feet. Inhale. Straighten that front leg, maintain the alignment. Turn the feet forwards. We'll do it on the other side. So check your alignment again, turning that foot out. Back foot turns in slightly, either heels in line or front heel in line with the arch. Both arches lifted. I was turning my hips then. I'm not turning my hips, so so keep the hips out to the side, arms out. So you're looking past the fingertips on that front hand. Inhale, exhale, you're going to bend that front knee. So again, I just want to stretch a bit more. I just took that a little bit wider, but yeah, really just listen to your body. Check all your alignment. Make sure that your body doesn't, like quite often as we come forwards, bend that front knee, the body wants to move that way. So try and keep it central, hips open. Watch that front knee. So again, I'm feeling really nice opening and stretch for the inner thigh. So gaze points either your fingertips or past your fingertips on your front hand. Breathe your shoulders down. Relaxing your breathing. Spreading out your toes. listening to your body. When you feel you want to come up, you push through your feet. Inhale, straighten that front leg, turn your feet forwards and step your feet back together. So have a little shake out. So I'm just going to do one more called Warrior 3. So again, this is a balancing posture. So we start from mountain pose. I think I'm going to show you from side view. Again, if you need a wall, that's cool. You might want to come onto a wall as you come forwards. Get yourself near a wall if you think you need to. So this is a really good strengthening leg for the strengthening pose for the legs, and also the core, and also the glutes. Yeah, so great. So going to move your awareness down into one of your legs, and we slowly start to take the weight down through that leg. So we're kind of coming onto the ball of the other foot. So you can keep that knee a little bit bent, arms are by your sides, keep the hips square. We're going to inhale, slowly start to pick this back foot up. So as we do that, we're going to bring the arms out to the side for a bit of stability. We can point through those back toes, or we can have a flat foot. So I quite like to point. And also this front leg, if you feel like you're, if it's quite difficult, you might want to bend that knee quite a bit just to get your steadiness. So yeah, if you've got a wall, you might want to like hold the wall, or even a chair or something. You might want to hold it in front, just for stability, because it can get a bit wobbly. So arms can either stay out to the sides, or you can bring the arms out in front, and your gaze point is slightly down, lengthen through the back of your neck, or if you feel comfy, you can look up through your hands. Again, watch this arch on this balancing leg, keep it lifted. I'm going to show you this way what I'm doing. So taking the weight down into that leg, coming forward. So again, my chair's in the way. Again, it's alignment, so that leg's going like straight back, so it's not it's not out to the side. So so yeah, the leg's like straight back, and I'm lengthening through, and lengthening through my toes on my standing foot to come out. My cats are going mental. To come out, we're just like slowly bringing that foot back down. So try and go into that. Try and hold it as long as it feels comfy. Again, it's a great like strength training exercise. So I'll do it on the other side. So get your alignment, awareness down into the other leg. Start to come back onto the toes of this foot, and then bend this knee slightly, or a bit more if you want. When you feel ready, you're coming up. So lifting that back leg, point through the back toes, or flat foot. Keep it active. And the body's coming forward, the legs coming back. Get a gaze point down on the ground. Try and keep the hips square so that this hip's like not turning out. And if you feel comfy, bring the arms forward, you can. So if the arms are coming forward, you're like lengthening into the fingertips and also lengthening through that back foot and wobbling. So try and maintain your gaze point. If that lower leg feels steady, you can like straighten it, but again, just if you are straightening it, don't lock the knee. But I'm keeping mine a little bit bent. So I can really feel it strengthening this standing leg. the muscles that I'm wanting to strengthen as well, around the glutes and the hip. And also it should strengthen the core and that back leg as well that you're taking back, also muscles in the back. When you're ready to come down, just inhale in, bring that leg back down, and just have a little shake out. So yeah, just gonna like tune into our alignment to finish. So gonna stand in mountain pose and just see how you feel after doing those exercises. So feet hip width, spread out your toes, and just like pushing down through the balls of your feet and your heels. Lift up through your arches. So pushing lightly onto the outside edges of your feet. Make sure your feet are in line. Make sure that you're not locking your knees back. Knees slightly soft. Draw up through the thighs. Tailbone down slightly. Opening the shoulders, the chest. Lengthen up through the back of the neck. So the feet are kind of like glued to the floor, feeling steady and strong. Hopefully legs feeling strong, like you've had a little bit of a workout. Lift the crown of the head. And also if you feel that you want to sway a little bit in this, that's cool and that's quite natural and quite normal, because the body, as you stand and you hold it, the body just sort of like naturally adjusts itself so that you're getting the correct alignment. If it feels comfy, you breathe in and out through your nose. Just some nice relaxed breathing. And yeah, just go with it. Hold this one as long as you feel you want to hold it. So hopefully those exercises have helped and will help if you want to work on stabilising the knee joint and also strengthening and stretching the legs. And I know now I need to do some of those exercises on a more regular basis, I think. So yeah, they felt quite good, especially the balancing ones on one leg, which I used to be addicted to. Kind of don't do so often now, so I will be making a concerted effort to bring that into my practice from now on. Okay, thanks then. Bye.